thank you for joining me. If you're here after that short, thanks for coming. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work. I'm probably going to be doing live streams now that I've passed 50 subscribers and YouTube will allow me to do live streams. Excellent. Of this work, because I feel like I would like to break down the work that I'm doing as I do it. I feel like that's a good way to do it. Kind of talk to myself and talk to you at the same time. So I'm going to be doing over the next couple days. This is just going to be a short video, doing a little bit of prep work for tomorrow and the next days, doing some minor repairs on these padded entry-level HEMA weapons that require minimum amounts of gear. Just a helmet, maybe if you hit real hard, which I wouldn't recommend. Some gloves. They can torque your fingers back if you're not careful. So yeah, I'm going to scrape this earlier over the summer, and I have prepared a cap for it. I already glued the cap on another one. Dropped the tool there, great. But I didn't have the time earlier to set that up, so I'm going to just quickly apply glue to the inside of that cap, and we're going to glue that up in just a sec. One moment. Alright, so here's the cap. I'm going to make sure the logo is facing the inside so right-handed people can see it, because they're 90% of the population and they're more likely to see it if I put it on this side. And anyone's more likely to see it if I put it on this side. Sorry, lefties. Not this time. Okay, so usually this Tanner's Bond stuff, it's not great. The way this stuff works, oh, sorry for clearing my throat so much. The way this stuff works is, the way most adhesive work is, you put the adhesive on both sides of what you're going to do, and you kind of wait for it to get tacky. But since I am not going to be doing that tonight, I'm going to liberally apply this stuff to the inside of this repair cap. And I'm just going to kind of push it on and press it down. So this is real goopy on the inside, but it's actually going to dry out fairly quickly. If you're using a ton of this stuff, it is pretty stanky. I guess it's what you'd call, or at least is what you'd call, volatile organic compounds. So I wouldn't recommend doing a ton of this without proper ventilation, but since I'm only just really doing the one right here and right now, and then leaving the room and leaving it sit, I am not going to bother. But if you're doing a ton of this, definitely recommend a ventilated area or some kind of chemical filtration mask. Okay, I'm just gonna see, you can see the damage on here. This one is worse than the other one, which I've already glued on. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to wait for it to get tacky, I'm just going to stick it right on. Actually, the wet glue will probably help get it a little further down without puckering the material too much. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm just going to kind of hike it down. Another thing you can do when you're doing this is wear gloves, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we're just gonna apply pressure on this for a little while as it starts to set up. Yeah, like I said, normally you would apply it to both sides, wait till they're tacky, then stick them together. But if I wait till it's tacky, it's not going to slide on, because I made these pretty much to be exactly the shape of the tip. So we'll keep applying a little bit of pressure to that, and I will tell you, oh, pardon me, it's going to be going on tomorrow. So this is a spearhead for a Go Now spear. I took it off the main body. You can see it's just here, and it is threaded. You definitely can't see that, and I'm not going to change the camera angle. But it is threaded on the inside, and it attaches to a spear body, or a spear shaft, I guess. As you can see, this is a little bit bigger Oh man, my throat. This is a little bit wider relative to this one. So I'm going to have to redesign the whole cap if I want to cap all of these other ones that I'm going to get, or going to make, because eventually they're all going to need caps. The way I use them, they get scraped along the ground quite a bit, so I may as well just be preemptive. These will last significantly longer, just because this is like a woven nylon sock, and it's just one thin layer of fabric with basically a mesh pattern. So as soon as you compromise the mesh, it just tears through, and then you risk damaging the innards and you get splitting, leads to further issues. With these, because this leather is a three-dimensional mesh of fibers crisscrossing in every which direction, even if you scuff it and take off the finish, underneath it has quite a few, like you can see, it's almost 3 millimeters thick here. And even though it's a soft leather, it will take significant wear before there's any danger of it going through. And once that happens, I can always just tear it off and put another one back on. And that should, in theory, help prevent these from wearing out prematurely and give them quite a long life, hopefully in the years. But yeah, tomorrow, once the live stream ability has set itself up, because apparently it takes 24 hours, I will be doing a live stream later on and showing my full process for making out one of these patterns, temporary pattern, well, semi-temporary. Semi-temporary? I don't know if that's a word. Somewhat durable pattern. Like a basic one-time use kind of thing would just be made of the grid paper that I'm using. But these ones have 2 layers of Gorilla Tape on the back, and that means you can subject them to a significant amount of usage. They're not going to last forever, like the stitching holes, because I'm punching them by hand, they're going to wear out, especially on this side, but not so much through. They will last quite a long time. Obviously, if you're going to be making these at scale, you'll want something significantly more durable, but these do the trick. A couple layers of Gorilla Tape, as long as I don't abuse them, they should last quite a while. So tomorrow, tomorrow you can use this and pattern out a the same thing. Well, this an equivalent to this cap, but for this larger size. All right, that's it for now. Have a good night.